Let's do a quick thought experiment. Imagine you are standing on a track. In front of you is one hurdle. Just one hurdle. But in your mind, it feels huge. You start thinking, maybe I need to get stronger, faster, smarter, perfect. That is how many people think change works. Add more pressure, more drills, more fear. But what if the problem is not that you need more? What if the problem is the old story you keep carrying? The story that says, I am not ready. Real change does not always begin by adding something new. Sometimes, real change begins by erasing the old script. Because the first hurdle is not on the track. The first hurdle is in your head. Welcome to Xia's Hurdle Academy. Episode 1, The First Hurdle. On a bright morning, a young athlete named Xia walks into Global Track Academy for the very first time. She has a teal training bag, running spikes, and a face that says, I am excited and maybe a little terrified. Around her, athletes from different countries are running, stretching, laughing, and learning. A small round training drone zips through the air and stops in front of her. Welcome, Xiaowei, the drone says. I am Coach Whistle, the smartest, fastest, and loudest training assistant in this academy. Xia blinks. Did you say loudest? Coach Whistle blows a whistle so loudly that the scoreboard shakes. Xia laughs. Okay, I believe you. Then Coach Lin walks over. He is calm, kind, and the kind of coach who can see what an athlete is thinking before the athlete says a word. You must be Xia, he says. Xia nods. I want to learn hurdles, she says, but I don't want to crash into them. Coach Lin smiles. Good, that means you are smart. Today we are not here to prove you are fearless. We are here to teach your fear a new job. The track lights up like a giant classroom. Coach Whistle projects a simple diagram into the air. In the women's 100-meter hurdles, there are 10 hurdles, he says. The first hurdle is 13 meters from the start. Xia looks at the number. 13 meters, she whispers. That is not very far. Exactly, Coach Lin says. In hurdles, you need rhythm. Coach Whistle spins in the air. Vocabulary time. Coach Lin says, on your marks, set, go. These are common starting commands in English. Xia repeats carefully, on your marks, set, go. Great. Coach Whistle cheers. Very international, very sporty. Before Xia touches a hurdle, Coach Lin leads the warm-up. First, ankles. Xia rolls her ankles. Next, high knees. Xia drives her knees forward. Coach Lin says, your knees move forward, not straight up to the moon. Coach Whistle floats beside her. Please do not visit the moon during training. Xia laughs, got it, no moon today. Xia steps into a lunge and opens her hips. Coach Lin says, hurdling is about timing, balance, and direction. Finally, Coach Lin places a low, soft training hurdle in front of her. Xia stares at it. It is small, but in her mind, it becomes enormous. At the last second, she jumps straight up, like she is trying to leap over a fence. She clears it, but lands heavy and wobbles. Coach Whistle plays a slow motion replay. Analysis. Too high, too tense, too dramatic. Xia covers her face. I thought hurdling meant jumping high. Coach Lin shakes his head. That is the old script. He walks to a whiteboard and writes 3 ideas. I must jump high. I must be perfect. If I fail, I lose. Then he picks up an eraser. Swipe. Hurdling is not jumping high. Hurdling is moving forward. Swipe. You do not need to be perfect. You need to be coachable. Swipe. If you fail, you learn where the next lesson is. Coach Lin says, most athletes try to add more pressure. Champions learn how to erase the wrong story. Coach Whistle projects a new sentence. Eyes forward. body steady, move ahead. Xia reads it out loud. Eyes forward, body steady, move ahead. That is your new script, Coach Lin says. The track transforms into a bright international classroom. Coach Lin says, sports teach us how to share space, follow rules, and respect each other. Jia looks down at her lane. So my lane is not just a line on the ground? Right, Coach Lin says. Your lane is your promise. You run your race without stealing someone else's space. Xia smiles. Respect my lane. Respect their lane. Run my race. Coach Lin nods. That lesson works on the track. It also works in life. The soft hurdle is back on the track. This time, Xia does not stare at it. She looks past it. Coach Lin stands beside the lane. On your marks, Xia steps to the start. Set. She breathes in. Go. 1 step, 2 steps, 3. Her arms stay balanced. Her eyes stay ahead. When she reaches the hurdle, she does not jump high. She flows over it, low, quick forward. She lands and keeps running. Coach Whistle bursts with excitement. Successful first hurdle. Xia slows down, smiling. I did it. You did more than that. You erased the first wrong story. Xia looks back at the hurdle. It no longer looks like a wall. It looks like a doorway. As Xia picks up the soft hurdle, something silver falls from underneath it. Coach Whistle scans it. Strange object detected. Xia picks it up. It is a small silver key. On the side, tiny letters are carved into the metal 13M. Xia whispers, 13 meters. Coach Lin's face changes. I have not seen one of those in years. Xia asks, what is it? Coach Lin says, a long time ago, the founder of this academy created a training puzzle, 10 hurdles, 10 lessons, 10 keys. Coach Whistle's lights turn blue. If this is key number 1, Xia finishes the sentence. Then there are 9 more. Suddenly, the stadium lights flicker. On the big screen, a hidden message appears. The second hurdle is watching. A shadow moves behind the bleachers. Someone wearing a black glove presses a button. Far away, the second hurdle rises by itself. Jia steps forward. What happens now? Coach Lin looks at her. Now we learn the lead leg. Cut to black. Next episode, the secret of the lead leg.